What's going on, gardeners? It's another Saturday, and that means it's another day that I am in the yard. I haven't showered for 2 days, but that's okay because I've been working in clients' yards and I've been working in my yard, and it is a beautiful day. We had lots of rain come through last night, cooler temperature, so everything is looking great. I want to show you what I've been doing, what I'm up to, and give you an update on my yard. Let's do it. All right, so this is what my yard currently looks like as things are waking up. It's getting warm, except for yesterday for some weird reason, but it's getting warm. Things are growing. Love it back here. Still got to find a place for these two mango seedlings and these two date palms. Haven't been successful at that yet, but let me show you something here that is really cool. So I'm actually gonna come over here. I don't know if you all remember, but a year ago I released a video about this area right here. It was nothing. We had done some remodeling and that was just barren, dry, not full of life soil. But I decided I wanted this to be a tropical area. One reason I wanted this to be a tropical area is because, as I always say, tropicals love to get some heat during the winter. And so this wall, if you're facing that way, is a south-facing wall. That means all through the summer, they get blasted with the sun. I'm sorry, all through the winter, they get blasted with the sun, which is what they want. It keeps them warm, which is what tropicals want. And then in the summer, they do just fine. So I just planted a bunch of stuff in here, and now it's slowly coming to life. So we got the bougainvillea, we got the canna with the yellow leaves, we got the hibiscus that's putting out multiple blooms every day. If we walk over here, this milkweed is coming back. We got the myoporum in there. I believe that's what that is. I'm spacing right now, but we got the ground cover in there. It's flowering down there. You can see we have a baby mango. We have another mango. We have this awesome canna. We have this castor bean. We have an orange jubilee that is going to grow up this wall. That'll be awesome. And then we have another milkweed back there. We have another mango back there. You can see it flowering, though I will not let it hold fruit this year. And then we have a canna back there as well. So this is slowly coming to life. It's looking awesome. I just mowed my yard and you can see all the mulch that I threw down, and that's all I did to this area, guys. I just threw down tons and tons and tons of organic material, biomass, and I continue to do that week after week. That retains the moisture in there, and it also feeds that soil. What was once hard, dry dirt is now soil full of life, and it's just getting better and better. And that's kind of what I want to talk about over here. Hold up then, we'll get back to that. I love mangoes. I could never walk past new mango growth and not show you guys. Look at that. This is a little bit older, and then look at here. Look how cool this stuff is. It comes out and it looks almost purplish. Then it turns to this, and then eventually it's gonna get to this color. So cool. There's some new growth coming out as well. Got a mango back here. So this is actually two mangoes, guys. I don't know if you remember that. Over here is a mango. It's down in here. Let's see. There's one mango trunk. Got a mango trunk. It's right there. There it is. So they're probably only 3 feet apart. So that mango trunk that we see is for this mango back here. And then this one now that's sagging over is that other one. You can see we got some flowers and some fruit hanging on there. This was an unknown variety when it came to me, but I think it was Alfonso is what it actually is. I get a couple fruit off of that every year, and this was a Duncan seedling that was planted. All in here with this Ruellia, Mexican petunia, as a ground cover. Keeps it cooler, keeps it moist. Then I got the vetiver grass right there as well. So couldn't walk past that. This moringa getting huge. That branch, it looks like it got snapped off last night in the wind. We got tons of wind. But this thing is reaching for the stars or for the sun. This was a seedling. Plopped the seed in the ground 6 years ago. Look at that. Compared to my hand, thing is a beast. I don't directly water it anymore, ever. And it grows crazy. Let's get over here. This is where I was going before I got distracted. Sorry, it's very easy to get distracted. So today, get poked by this. I trimmed back this Tacoma. I believe this is a sparky one because of the colors, the maroon and gold. And And then I also pruned a lot of my mulberry tree. I don't throw that stuff in my waste barrel, in the green barrel. I don't ever. Why? Because it goes back to what I was talking about over here with my tropicals, where I throw down all that organic matter. That's why, because it feeds the soil. That's what we're going for, is feeding the soil. So I have this area back here that you can't really see because my citrus trees cover it up. This is where I throw a lot of my organic material. It's just breaking down, creating beautiful soil back there, feeding my orange tree, feeding my lemon tree, and feeding the soil right there wherever I will eventually plant something that loves a lot of shade. So you have to throw down your organic matter if you want to be a successful gardener here in the desert. Something else, or another place where I throw it down, let's walk over here. If you remember all my videos and documentation of this last year, this is my mango hedge. You can see I got a ton of mangoes in here. Mango, 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 another, and one that's not doing so well. But look in here. See all these clippings from the mulberry? They all go down right to the ground. And you're like, oh, that looks ugly, that's gonna be there forever. No, it's not. It's going to break down very, very quickly. It's going to start being eaten by soil, microorganisms, and it's gonna break down and it's going to feed the soil. Here's another thing. I have this Mexican bird of paradise, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe is nitrogen fixing. That's what used to grow in this mango hedge in the ground. But I ripped it out when I planted all these mangoes, but it keeps coming back. It's not a bad thing. I don't get upset. I don't say it's invasive. I don't say it's a horrible thing. Instead, I allow it to grow, especially when it gets summertime, because it helps feed the soil and it helps protect the mangoes, gives it a little bit of shade in there. And then when it gets too tall, which it almost is, I come in and I hack it back. On top of that, I've been throwing down yard clippings and everything else, mulberry, all that stuff, and I planted this ground cover yellow dot, which I always tell everybody about because I love it. It can grow in the shade and in the sun, but this stuff spreads all over and again retains moisture, feeds the soil, protects these mangoes. And then here, because this area is still struggling, these mango trees down here, I keep adding tons and tons of organic material. It's just deep, and it's slowly mixing the soil and helping it to feed everything else. So, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox, but that's how I've been able to be successful in growing things here in the desert. Something I made an Instagram video on I thought was pretty cool. This clover, that's white clover, and then next to it you can see the yellow flowers. And over there some yellow flowers. It's filled in really nice. If you remember from any prior videos, this dirt was bad, the soil was bad. There was bamboo over here, which didn't allow for anything to grow here, and I didn't take care of it. I didn't try to grow anything. I had pavers there at one point, but anyways, when I removed all that, the weeds popped up, boom, right away. And instead of spraying the weeds, instead of trying to get rid of the weeds, I kept the weeds. And over time, the weeds have disappeared. Not all of them. It's a weed, some weeds here. But what has actually happened is most of the weeds have disappeared and continue to disappear. But the clover has taken over. Clover has nitrogen fixing properties. And now see this St. Augustine grass is looking really good with no fertilizing from me. Just feeding the soil, just letting the clover do its thing. So I'm really happy about this. Slowly filling in. I'm gonna look really good. There's my ladder from all the mulberry picking. Last thing I'm gonna show you all, just to document, keep you up to date. This is my rainbow eucalyptus. Tomatoes are growing, but here's my update on this. So birds kept stealing the seeds. I would put the seeds in, they would grow, get about 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. Birds would take them out. I kept replanting. Birds would get them. I then used the cup method. Once they got like 6, 7 inches, I took the cup off. Birds still got them. So I've done a lot of replanting, and finally, it looks like my row or rows of corn are looking good. So I got 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 rows of 6. So 18, that should be fun. And then over here, I'll give you an update on this. I planted tons of watermelon in here. This is broccoli still carrying over from winter. I just let it grow. Like I said, I never cut anything or pull anything out. But look at this watermelon vine starting to spread. It's starting to love life. I have lots of other, there's watermelon, 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 sunflower, watermelon. So that's exciting. I want tons of watermelon just taking over this area. Should be fun. One other thing I did plant, squash. I don't remember what variety I planted. That's gonna grow here along the base of the corn, and I think I'm gonna plant some peas as well. These are all sunflowers. So, some mangoes. See those baby mangoes? So that's what's going on in the yard today. This has been a super week, so I don't have a very long update, but that's what everything looks like. Things are starting to look so beautiful back here. Nice breeze today. If you are not out in the yard, you should be out in the yard. Go plant something. Nothing better, especially Easter weekend, than being out in the yard in nature. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Hope you're having an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video.